Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Angela from The Chaotic Life of a Planner. So in today's video, we're going to be putting together my March budget pages. So I have in front of me the Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly 7x9 size. And I have a kit from Caffeinated Cait. This is her March budget kit. I'll just go ahead and show you guys what I have. We have the March budget. I can't remember exactly what they call these. There's some different icons and whatnot. I have I think this is part of her actual budget kit. There's a thick washi here and then some thin washi here. This is actually the monthly page, which I have that as well. The spending tracker. Then I have the payday and bill due stickers. I have the sinking funds and the transaction log with the thick and thin washi. And then I went ahead and got two of these because it seemed like when I did my February budget, I wished that I had had some more of the thin washi. So I basically got 2 sheets of this just so I could have some additional washi to choose from if I needed it. So let's get started. I think we will start by doing the March calendar page. So I'm going to do something a little different this time, I think. Let me go ahead and show you what February's looked like. If I can open to the appropriate page here. Some of my pages are sticking together because I spilled water in my planner bag one day when I was going to work. Okay, so here's my February page. I've got these on the date covers on there, and it's just really, really busy. So I think for March, I'm going to try and not do the date covers. And we're just going to see how that goes. I have such a hard time lining this up. This is the, this is not the colorful. This is the neutral. There we go. Couldn't think of that word. This is the neutral version, which means I don't really have anything to specifically line this up with. I don't think that's terrible. So I think that'll be okay. So anyways, I'm not going to use the date covers, I think. I think I'm not going to anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay these down to start with, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. Because by the time I add my bill due stickers in there, and then I add my spending tracker stickers, it's just really, really busy. So which side? So let me put my March 2019 down. I love this kit from Caffeinated Cait. It's got like the shiplap or whatever it's called with the floral. So pretty. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set my date covers aside for now. Now we are going to go ahead and lay out my March budget page. I have just paper stuck everywhere in here. Right now I need to clean it all out. I just haven't gotten there yet. So let's see. Go ahead and start with this. I've went back and forth. Okay, so my next life planner, do I want it to be the colorful version, which is what I have now, or do I want to go ahead and go with the neutral? But I'm just not really sure because I wouldn't have those lines to line it up with, and I don't know. But on the same token, I really like having all the black tabs like you get with the neutral version. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Okay, so I've got my thick washi down in my March budget. Next, I'm going to put down this income sticker, which I'll probably overlap it with the thick washi just a little bit because I want to be able to line it up on this line right here. I actually wonder if I can move this up a little. So while I'm laying these stickers out, I'll go ahead and tell you kind of something that happened to us over the weekend. If you watch my Insta stories, you may have seen that. But you guys know, if you've watched my previous videos, that we went to Anchorage to pick up a puppy and also pick up my kids at the airport. But you guys, well, who wouldn't think that picking up a puppy was more exciting than picking up their kids at the airport? But anyways, so we went to Anchorage. I'm trying to figure this out here, how I did this last time. Okay, here we go. We went to Anchorage, picked up our puppy, or picked up the kids from the airport on Friday. Then we took the kids to get something to eat because they were hungry. And then we went to our hotel, unloaded stuff. You know, we had like suitcases and, you know, all of the stuff that Mike and I had taken with us and all that stuff. And then we went to the hotel where the breeder was staying to pick up our puppy. Came back to the hotel and, you know, of course, oh, actually, no, we went and got pizza because we were hungry. And by that point, we couldn't go to a restaurant because we had a puppy in the car. So we went and got pizza, went back to the hotel. And, you know, by this point, everybody's all excited. We have the puppy, we have pizza that we have to carry, you know, various other things that had gotten left in the car. Well, my purse was covered up by a jacket in the back seat, so I didn't see it. So we go into the hotel, you know, we start to get settled. We take the puppy out a couple different times to go to the bathroom because we're like, oh, geez, hope she doesn't have any messes in the hotel. Which thankfully she didn't. So a couple hours after we get the puppy, I get a weird text on my phone from, it was actually from Chase. And they said that I had a charge or attempt to go through, but they had declined it. And they wanted to know if it was really me or if it was fraud. And I just kind of blew it off because we've had that happen before. And we've actually had that happen for like credit cards that we didn't even really have, or, you know, just various accounts that we didn't even really have. So honestly, I thought it was just kind of like a scam and I didn't really pay any attention. So we went to bed. The next morning we get up and take the puppy outside, and we notice that the back window in my car is smashed. And as soon as I get over there and look at it, I realize what had happened. My purse was taken. So they had taken it a couple hours, maybe after we'd gotten back to the hotel. Like, by the time we even realized that my purse was in the car, like, it was already gone. Like, it would have been too late. And it's just really, really been a ginormous drag. We are going to have some extra expenses this month because of that. And it costs a lot of money to replace everything. So let me tell you what was in. Well, first, let me tell you what kind of purse it was. It was I think I'm saying this correctly, a Dooney & Bourke from Disneyland. So it was not cheap. Not to mention, it was special because my husband had bought it for me. So I was really bummed about that. We were planning to go to Disney World in the summer. And I was actually planning to get the matching wallet. But now I'm like, well, I guess that's not going to happen. So it obviously had like my debit card, which thankfully we were able to get that canceled. Then whoever stole my stuff didn't attempt to take, you know, any of that money. So all my cards, all of my ID, to include, and I know this is stupid, I don't know why I had them in there, to include my entire family's passports from when we went to the Lower 48 in our camper this fall. They were just in a section of my wallet, and I just never took them out. So I lost everything. So what you guys probably don't know is I'm flying to New York in March. So now I get to do that with no ID. I do have a temporary ID from, you know, my temporary license, but it doesn't count as a real ID. So basically all I get to do is drive with it. That's pretty much all it allows me to do. And you can't even really replace any of your other IDs until you have at least one photo ID. So I can't even get on the military installation to go get a new military ID because I only have this temporary ID. So that is a real drag, and that's kind of what I've been dealing with the past couple of days. I still don't have a new window in my car yet. That can't happen until Friday, so that's kind of a bummer. So let me tell you what I did while I was telling you guys about that horrible thing that happened. So I've got my income. Now I have my fixed expenses and my variable expenses, and probably I will fill up every line. So some of the things that I have in the fixed expenses might not actually necessarily be fixed expenses, but I'll run out of space over here in my variable expenses. So I just make it work. You know, eventually as we get things paid off, we won't have quite as many bills. So that will be nice. And there's probably some bills I could combine. So I can make a subscription category in variable expenses, and it could have things like Spotify, even like DirecTV, Netflix, Hulu, iCloud, what else? Ipsy. We do have that for one of my daughters. That was one of her Christmas gifts that we got her. So anyways, that would take up a lot less space, and I might actually do that. It would work okay to have just one category over here, as long as I had the individual due dates marked on this page with these stickers. So I'm going to think about that. We're kind of changing some stuff up with our budget. My husband's going to take a much more hands-on approach, and he's actually going to do most of the budgeting. So he might, you know, there'll be a little bit of a learning curve for him, but he might actually do okay with that, as long if I just have like broader categories over here, as long as I have them individually broken down over here. So the next thing I'm going to do, and I guess I should tell you guys how I distinguish between my fixed expenses and my variable. So if something happened and like Mike lost his job tomorrow, the fixed expenses were the things that wouldn't change, like, let's see, like the mortgage, car payment, car insurance, you know, the electric company, fuel company, but things like that wouldn't change no matter what. Variable expenses are the ones that we'd be able to cut in the event that he lost a job and we needed to figure out how to cut back on what we were paying. We would definitely start cutting from variable expenses. So that is how I distinguish between the two of them. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add my weekly check-in page. I need to count and see how many weeks that I have. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 weeks. So I like to use the thin washi for this. I'm going to go ahead and flip this in half. I'll just go ahead and put this down here. I didn't do great about doing my weekly check-ins this month. February was just a really, really crazy month. I kind of felt like, and I think I may have mentioned this in one of my previous videos, that January had like 85 days. But now I kind of feel like February was super, super quick. I just can't believe it's over yet. I'm just checking this. I'm going back and seeing that I have this totals right here. I don't know where that actually came from because I used my totals both right there, but oh, probably under here. But it's okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna go with it. I don't think I used it last month. No, I didn't. So anyways, some things kind of fell by the wayside, and doing my weekly budget check-ins was one of them. So I definitely need to do a better job at that. So this is why I actually bought this extra thin washi right here, one of the reasons. So I have 5 categories that I usually like to check on. Let me see something here. So let's see, we're gonna do check-in. Then we're gonna do the category. I'm just making sure I have everything lined up here. Then we'll do spent and available. Okay, so I have 5 categories that I like to check in on. I usually do groceries, gas, weekend fun, household, and unbudgeted. So then I'm going to go ahead and put one of these thin washi strips right here. I'm sorry if you guys hear my dogs walking upstairs. I try to not film at night because it's just not quiet here, but I'm working this week, so it's just how it has worked out. I'm just having to film tonight so I can get it done. And my dogs upstairs are being a little bit noisy. Okay, so here's week 1 check-in, week 2 check-in. Week 3 check-in. So I'm not sure what is happening with my camera. You guys know I film on my phone, and I have like the, what is it, the iPhone XS Max. It's like brand new, and it is messing up. I'm not sure what is happening. So anyways, I finished my weekly check-in. I go ahead and label week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, and then I put the dates over here. I did see that I forgot to draw one line on here, so I'll just go ahead and do that. So I was in the middle of filming that, and it just stopped filming, like partially through. I'm not sure why. And I even did my spending tracker, and you guys didn't get to see that, but thankfully I just laid down thick washi, spending tracker, and then the description line right here. So what kinds of things do I track in my spending tracker? I don't track cash over here. So if I have a category in my budget that I know will be cash, such as weekend fun, I try and do weekend fun in cash. I try and do groceries in cash. Just a few things like that. I do not track them over here. If I have tracked over here that I'm going to have, if there's 4 weekends, I'm going to have $400 in the month for weekend fun. I will not track it over here unless I swipe my debit card. If I swipe my debit card, I'll probably try and put it on here, but if I know I'm over budget, then I'll go ahead and add it over here. It's not a perfect situation. I'm still trying to figure it out. And mainly the reason why I can't just put everything over here is there's not enough space in these boxes. So I have to track some stuff over here. Unbudgeted definitely goes over here. Travel goes over here. I'm not going to track everything in the monthly view. Like if we are traveling to Anchorage for the weekend and we're going to swipe our debit card 17 times, I'm not tracking that over here. What I'll do when we get home is I'll just add all debit card transactions up at one time and do one line item for that, that trip. So, let's see, what else have I done? Oh, in February, well, on Monday actually of this week, I had to go to DMV and pay for a replacement license. That wasn't a budgeted item, so that went on the spending tracker right here. So it's not always frivolous spending that goes over here. Sometimes they're necessary things. They're just things that I didn't have in our monthly budget over here. So this month, in February, I actually only used one page. I mean, we still have a couple days left in February, so I might have a little bit more spending, but it has worked out pretty well to allow myself a little bit more room over here. So that's where this sticker will go. So I'm probably going to just go right to here. That's where I can total everything up. And then I will also, let's see, I'll draw these lines up to the top as well. It doesn't look exactly straight, but maybe it's not. Actually, I might have a different ruler that I can use. No, of course I don't. So we'll do it this way. So I'm just going to draw these lines straight up and try and line this bottom of the ruler up with the bottom of the paper. So hopefully they'll be sort of straight. Okay, so that's going to be good enough. So there's that. Now I have this area for my paycheck budget, and then I have this whole page for my paycheck budget. So realistically, I have 1, 2, probably 3 paycheck budgets, and then this will be into my April budget. So that is pretty much it for that. Then we're going to go back here. Thought I had it. Oh, let's see. So this is where I track sinking funds. And you can see we actually haven't really done much for sinking funds yet. I keep saying we're going to get there, and we just have not arrived there yet. Maybe this month will be our month. We'll have to see. So I keep track of them, ones that I'd like to have, so that eventually when we start them, I've got pretty much most of the groundwork done. But we will get there, that is for sure. Okay, so let's fold this in half. Oh, actually, I skipped one. This page. Yes. Okay, so put this up here. We're going to cover up that purple flag. Wow, I think the purple is really pretty. It does not go with this kit at all. Whoops. So let's go ahead and cover it up. So what my phone is doing is it's telling me that my storage space is full, when really it's not. I have 256 gigabytes on my phone, and when I go into general settings and see what I have for space, it tells me that I have like 112 gigabytes used, which is a lot, I know, but I have a lot of video and stuff on there. Lots of stuff I could probably delete, but so anyways, my storage space is not full. So I don't understand why it is doing that. It's very frustrating. We're going to put this sticker down, and then we'll go ahead and put, let's see, the total down at the bottom. So if you guys have sinking funds in your budget, how did you start them? Did you just start them, you know, all of them at once, or did you just pick 1 or 2 that you were going to start with each month and see how that went? What do you guys think the best way to start your sinking funds is? I'd be interested in knowing that. So please do leave me a comment down below. Okay, so next is going to be the transaction log. And I do think I'm going to use one of these, even though these flags don't fit perfectly. Let's see. Whoops. Oh, that's great. Let's see if I can cover that up. It would be nice if they were a little wider. So Kate, if you're watching, just go ahead and make those flags a little bit wider, please. That would be really, really good. I love the Caffeinated Cait's budget kits. They're so stinking pretty. Okay, so let's put this one here. And then I will put the transaction log sticker up here. And then just the sticker that has the fund, the date, the amount, and the description on it. And I think that's really about it. So we'll have to see how this goes, if we'll start any sinking funds this month or not. So I will add, if I can figure out where I just put my ruler, there it is. I will add these lines. One of the things I really like about using sticker kits is that you could give 20 different people the same kit and you're going to see 20 different layouts in their planners. I just think that's so cool. All right. And I'll go ahead and draw a line over here too. So I think that's about it, you guys. I will go ahead and leave a referral link down below for Erin Condren. If you're new to Erin Condren, you can go ahead and sign up for an account. A coupon will be emailed to you, and then you can place your order. And then as soon as your order ships, I will get a $10 off coupon as well. So it's a win-win situation for both of us. I will also leave a link to Caffeinated Cait's Etsy shop. I think it was in February she cut her hours down at her full-time job, so she's just part-time now, so that she could devote more time to her Etsy shop, which I think is fantastic, and I really, really, really like to support that. So let's see, I think that's about it. So I've got my sinking funds. Then I have, let's see if I can get to March. I've got my March budget. I've got my March monthly view to use for bill due stickers and my spending tracker. I've got my weekly check-in page, my spending tracker page, and I've got my paycheck budgets, and then I just showed you the sinking funds, and that's about it, you guys. So thanks for watching. If you are new to my channel and you are not already a subscriber, please do go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Also, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It really does help support my channel. I do appreciate it, and until next time, guys, have a great night. Bye.